right, y'all. And can I see? And I'm fucking, it's so hot, bro. That's the only thing about summertime. It's just getting super hot. I'm going to be doing makeup and telling this little story or whatever. I got my Red Bull. Yeah, the story isn't long at all. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let me just show you guys the look that I want to do. All right, so this is the kind of look that I want to do for today. It's just like a regular, you see, just regular, like just a brown blowout type of thing. Okay, so I'm gonna go on with my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Deep and just prime my lids really quick. So we're just gonna start the story time off right now. All right, so let me just give you guys the regular traditional stuff that you do for a story time. Let's give old boy a name. This should be easy because I don't even remember his real name. So we're gonna name this boy Goldie because of his hair. Let's do that. So when I was in high school, I think maybe in the 9th grade, early 10th grade, I was talking to this guy, or I thought I was talking to this guy. Started going through stuff, so I was like, you know, let me just seek outside companionship or whatever. I'm trying to make this sound as good as possible because I don't want to just say that like while the boy that I was talking to was acting stupid, I went and talked to somebody else, even though that's what happened. But I'm trying to make it sound good, okay? I'm trying to make it sound good. So anyways, that was the case. But I didn't just go out looking for nobody to talk to. I don't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't go out looking for somebody to talk to. Goldie fell in my lap, okay? We met on Instagram. That's how everything is. Y'all know, everything is like that now. So we met on Instagram. And he was cool. We were just DMing for a couple days. Because I didn't want to give him my number yet. Because I didn't know if he was like a weirdo. And over Instagram, we weren't talking about anything crazy. You know, over Instagram, when you just DMing somebody. Well, back then when I was just DMing him, it was just like superficial. So like, what's your favorite color? How old are you? You know, stuff like that. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Stuff like that. But we was DMing for maybe 2 or 3 days. Like back to back, just DMing for 2 or 3 days. And then that's when I was just like, you know what, you might as well just take my number because, you know, I don't know, I feel like you DM whores. I shouldn't have said that like that. I feel like if you like DMing is just for, I don't know, I'm sorry, but that's just how I feel. Like, why you DMing? Why can't you text my phone? I just feel like if you just DMing me, like nobody, you should never DM me good morning. No, like why you DMing me on Instagram talking some daggone good morning, how was your sleep? No, just now it's okay. After 2 or 3 days or whatever, I gave him my number and we just started like talking way more. Like we was talking like, you know, consistently on Instagram, but when he got my number, like he started calling me, FaceTiming me, stuff like that. First of all, Goldie was not a bad person. Like he wasn't bad, he wasn't really bad looking. He was nice. He was cool. His conversation was really good. Yeah, and mind you, I was around, what? I was like 14, 15. He was like 17, 18. So he was a little bit older than me. I always liked, you know, the boys that was a little bit older because, you know, boys mature slower. So he was just about my speed for the most part. He was a little bit older than me. He was really cool though. He was very, very cool. Right? And we had really good conversation. And that was what kind of like made me continue to speak to him because our conversation was really good. Like we would just sit on FaceTime and just talk about any and everything. And though it's not hard with me, but if you're not giving me anything to work with, I just can't do it, you know? So, like we've been maybe talking for about maybe a week, 2 weeks at this point. Like, and I'm not saying we was deep in because like I said, all we was doing was just talking, but we were just talking. I wasn't his girlfriend. He was not my boyfriend. We had never had that discussion. We weren't gonna have that discussion because I was already in a prior engagement. So yeah, we was just cool and that's just what it was. So then this one day, out of nowhere, I get like a notification on Instagram that he tagged me in his story. I just had to grab a lot of palettes because I don't know which one I'm going to use. I don't know which ones I'm going to use at all. So I'm going to go into the Too Faced Pretty Rich palette. And I'm going to take the shade right there. I think it's called Rich. Oh, it's called Oh That's Rich. But that brown shade, the only dark brown shade in the palette right here. I'm going to take that. And this is the Morphe 224 brush. It's just this flat shader brush like this. Nothing fancy. Okay, so quickly, I'm going to go back over my base and just flatten it out. And I didn't even tell y'all what brush this is. This is the Morphe 173 brush, and it's just this, like, it looks like a small foundation brush. Like, it's just dense and yeah, just dense. Like, but I really do like this brush for buffing out my concealer on my eyes. That's not bad. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Where did I stop? Okay, yeah, so I don't know where I get this notification on my Instagram this one day that he had tagged me in his story. So I'm like, you know, well, what the heck did he tag me in? Because it's literally nothing for him to be tagging me in. Like, you know, like, we cool and all, but what are you doing? Don't make the block hot. Yo, that's exactly what that man did, bro. Like, I was upset at him, but I didn't want to make it seem like I was too upset because I had not disclosed to him that I was talking to somebody before him or during him. It was a picture of me, and it was a picture I had taken at the time, and he put it on his story, like I said, and it was like heart eyes, you know, stuff like that, and it was my name. So I'm like, bro, why would you do that? Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why would you didn't even ask my permission. I could sue you. I get the notification, I look at what he posted, and I text him. I'm like, you know, why would you do that? I'm like, you know, what made you do that? What compelled you to post me today? So he was just like, oh, yo, your pictures are cute. You look cute. I think my girl look cute. Da, 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 my boo look cute. That's nice and all. Why'd you post a picture? That was my question. I was like, you know, take it down. One of these is higher than the other one. Oh, it's always like that. But I was just like, you know, take it down. We ain't gonna have no issue or whatever. And he said okay. But at the same time, first of all, he said okay and never took it down. And then at the same time, it had already been up there. Anybody who was going to see it was going to, whoever was meant to see it already seen it. That's just what the thing is. That's the main gist, you know? So then I got like maybe a couple follow requests, and obviously they was from him posting me. So I didn't accept every single last one of them, but I did accept this one in particular. It was some girl. Well, when I don't know about y'all, but when I go to follow somebody back after they followed me, I go and look at the profile to determine if I'm gonna follow them or not. So I went on her profile and I'm looking at her pictures and stuff, and she's got this kid, and I'm like, oh, cute baby, you know, I think I'm gonna follow her. So I follow her back, and after I follow her back, I go and look at her story. So when I'm looking at her stories, nothing too crazy in her story, nothing like that. So yeah, I'm on Instagram another day, and the girl, she's watching my story. So at this point, I'm scrolling through people that's watching my story, and I click on hers because she had a story. So I click on hers to watch her story, and every single story, like all of the stories that was lined was added. Like, she added him. She's going off on Goldie, bro. She's going off on him, basically talking about him not being a proper father, him not taking care of their kid like he's supposed to, him not being around their kid like he's supposed to. Mind you, we were talking for 3 days over DMs, and then like weeks, and like, you know, I messaged whatever, like on the phone and shit like that. Hey, that man never told me he had a kid. I'm like, a bad father? That man ain't got no kids, girl. Do you know him like that? Whole time I should have been asking do you know him like that, little girl? What the hell is wrong with you? So she's basically talking about his parenting, him being a father, being an ain't shit father at that, and all of that. So then I'm watching that girl. I'm just looking. I'm just like, wow, this is a show. I'm looking at the story and I'm like, damn, you know, he going through it. But mind you, this is not my boyfriend, and I liked him. He was cool. Don't get me wrong, he was cool, but I did not like him like that. So it wasn't enough for me to be like, well, I thought it wasn't enough for me to be like, bro, who is this girl? Who is this bitch talking about some So at the time when I saw it, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing at the time. So we got on the phone later that day. Like I said, didn't say nothing about it. Got like next day. Like it was maybe 3 or 4 days that went by, like shit, maybe a week even, that had went by before I seen the next thing that she added at him. Watching her story again a couple days later, and on her story, it was like, let me figure out the next shade I want to put real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my Alyssa Edwards palette, and I'm going to take the brown shade out of here. What's it called? It's called Back Rolls. This one right here. All right. M152 brush. It's a smaller shader brush. It's really cute actually. So I'm just going to go into this once again. Go into Back Rolls. So I'm going to go a little bit over, mainly over Oh That's Rich. So I'm not really, let me zoom in so you guys can see just a little bit, just for this one part. Hold on, because this is still a makeup tutorial. I'll go right here, like on Oh That's Rich and slightly off of it, if that makes any sense. I hope you guys are like seeing what I'm doing. You see? Just blowing it out. And here at this front portion, I'm just gonna go like that. This was not as close as this before, but F it. Anyways, so what was I saying? So now this one day comes and I watched the girl story again, and at this point she's like becoming way more direct at him, not at me. Like she was saying stuff, but it wasn't like it wasn't directed towards me, and plus like this was not my nigga. Like I was not, what? It's not my nigga. So this one time I watched her story, she was like, what did it say? It was like something along the lines of like, tell your girlfriend where you was at Thursday night, or did you do your girlfriend know where you was at Thursday night? Something basically. It was her insinuating that he was over there Thursday night, and what did I know, or did his girlfriend know, right? So that's when I was just like, you know, I think it really was the control freak in me at the time that was like, bro, I don't care, like this nigga like that or not, where was you at Thursday? But it was weird because like I hadn't thought about, I don't remember feeling like, wow, we definitely didn't talk that day. So I don't remember feeling like that. So maybe he was on the phone with me while he was at that poor girl house. A mess. But anyway, just real quick, so now I'm just gonna go like on the inside part a little bit and blend. Y'all see what I'm doing? I'm so sorry, it's really hard to explain, but like the inside portion where I wasn't filling in, I'm going in a little bit with Back Rolls, just a little bit, because I do still want to put on other colors. I was talking to him and I'm just like, you know, now I'm curious. So when I get on the phone with him, I'm like, you know, where was you at Thursday? So he like, you know, kind of going around the question. Because mind you, when I followed the girl and I saw that she was at him and so I didn't say anything to him. So to the extent of his knowledge, I don't even follow her. He don't even know that I follow her. So, you know, and that's how you gotta move. Okay? You can't just, cause, you know, if he had knew that I was following her, he would have been like, bro, don't say nothing because you're gonna make the block hot. So you gotta, you know, sit and observe sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I didn't say, oh, this girl said you was at her house. No. I just was like, we were on the phone. Hey, babe, how you doing? How's your day? Good. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. That's nice. Where was you at Thursday? You know, you gotta go about it real calm. So, he told some stupid boy lie, like, oh, I was with my friends, I was with my niggas, something like that. So, I was like, oh, okay. You was at your nigga crib? Okay, you at your friend crib. So, why this girl... I'm only laughing because I really remember how calm I went about it. Like I said, he said, oh, I was at my homie crib or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay, you was at your homie crib, okay. So why does girl say that she was at her house? Why this girl like saying that she was at her house or whatever? Mind you, she didn't say that. She was just insinuating that, right? So he like, what girl? Getting a little bit defensive, as boys are known to do, right? And that's fine, you know, get defensive. I don't care. So he getting defensive, and I'm just like, bro, it ain't even that deep. Like, just, you know, where was you at Thursday? So he like, bro, what you talking about? Why you keep asking me this? Basically just asking, saying all of this stuff instead of answering my question. That's what it was. And my question wasn't even that hard to answer, if you want to be true. So he like, still asking me, basically like asking me, who do I follow? So after he asked me a couple times, I told him, I'm like, you know, I follow this girl. She followed me after you posted me. So listen, if you want to blame anybody, make sure you blame yourself, little boy. So I'm like, you know, this girl, and I told him the Instagram name, and he like, oh, her, bro. That's my baby mom. We be going through it. She just don't want to see me happy. She don't want to see me with nobody. All of this stuff, right? So this is when he's opening up, you know, about having a child and a baby mom in the first place. But like I said, he did not tell me any of that. He didn't tell me none of that. So I don't know if, like, truthfully, I don't know if he forgot to tell me he had a kid or what. Like, I don't know what the case was, but the way that he was like, oh, that's my baby mom, like it was nothing. Like, you know, you told me you had a kid, right? So why are you so calm in saying this? So he's like, you know, that's just my baby mom. She just be acting real bitter, basically, which is fine. You know, I know baby moms can be bitter. That's just the culture now, I guess. That's just the world that we live in nowadays. I'm like, okay. I'm like, how old is your child? Like, you never told me you had a child. When did you have a child? When did you get a kid? So he was just going past what I was saying as far as asking him why he didn't tell me he had a kid. Going past it, and he just kept saying that his baby mom was bitter. She was bitter. Which may have very well been the case. But at the same time, you lied. Like, not even lied, you just failed to mention. And that's annoying too, because I mean, yeah, he could have forgot to tell me he had a kid, but how you forget a child? Like, and then you don't even post your child. Like, not that you're not a good parent if you don't post your child. That's not what I'm saying. But it was no way for me to, like, use context clues like, oh, it's a baby on his page, maybe that's his baby. Nothing like that. Like I said, I didn't think the man had kids at all. I'm going into this Nikita Morphe palette. I'm going to take this brown right here. It's in the shade Prima Donna. That's the name. And I'm going to take that on a Morphe 443 brush. Is this a fluffier? Come on, please. Thank you. It's just this fluffy looking blending brush. Really nice, really cute for that. So yeah, I'm going to take Prima Donna and start blending. So yeah, we're not arguing. I don't want to say that we were arguing because I refuse to argue with a man that's not mine. I refuse to argue with a man that is mine. And I feel like he was just getting heated at the fact that he felt like his baby mom was trying to come in between what he thought he had or whatever. Yeah, so he's just like, you know, oh, she's bitter. Unfollow her, block her, and you know, that'll just be that. So I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that shit. Like, I'm not about to, first of all, I'm not unfollowing this lady. I'm not blocking this lady. Because obviously she got stuff to say. And I want to know. I want to know. So I said, okay, I won't lie to you. When we was talking, when me and him were talking, I did say, okay, I'm going to block her. I'm going to unfollow her. I'm not going to let it affect us. I'm not going to let it phase us. I ain't going to let it phase us, boo. We is locked in. We strong right now. We strong. We are strong. And it's just you. And it's just me. But that's what I was kicking off. But like I said, I didn't really unfollow the girl. I didn't even block the girl. I didn't do none of that. Why am I unblocking and unfollowing this girl? Like, she got the tea. I'm ready to sip. I want to know. But honestly, I'm not even going to lie to you. I was still stuck on where the hell he was at Thursday. Like, did you really go over there? Like, what? But why? Because mind y'all, I never got an answer, like, as to where he was on Thursday. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, shit. Yes, I did. He told me he was at his friend's house. Tells me to unfollow the girl, tells me to block the girl. I do no such thing. Because now, I don't know, that just gave me the sense like he really did have something to hide. Like, he don't want me to see what she posting because he really has something to hide. Right? So, a couple days go by. Like, we're still talking. I'm still watching the girl's story religiously at this point, because she's watching my story religiously. But like, I wasn't watching her like she was watching me. Now let me just say that and make that very much clear. Like, I will post a story and then like it wouldn't even be up for a whole minute, and that girl, like, she the first thing that popped up. Like, she was watching my story, watching my page or whatever, which is fine. You know, I understand your disposition, but at the same time, chill out, baby. You're looking a little eager beaver. What brush am I gonna take? Because I want to well, do I want to end off the blending? I kind of do want to end off the blending. Y'all, this look is like, ugh, I don't know. It doesn't look exactly like the picture, but it ain't too far off, I don't think. I think the colors are a bit different. It's definitely more dark. It's definitely darker. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this shade right here, which is called Pukey, out of the Jaclyn Hill palette. Y'all know I couldn't go make a video without using this palette. This is my favorite palette. Yeah, I'm gonna take this shade. It's all on there now. I'm gonna take this shade on a Morphe 456 brush. So like I was saying, we were both, I'm not even gonna lie, like, we was both watching each other, but she was definitely on me more than I was on her. Let's keep that clear. But yeah, we were definitely, you know, watching each other. Yeah. So this is the one time that I felt that she was actually saying something to me, but she didn't at me. And this one day, it was maybe like a week or two later, she just was like home wreckers, or like how you happy breaking up a happy, it was like how are you happy with breaking up a happy home, or something like that. Like, just basically insinuating that him and her were a thing and they were raising their child together and stuff like that. And I'm like, hold on a second. And it wasn't a quote. It wasn't like something that she could screenshot and put on her page or share on her page. Like, she wrote it out. I really, like, I wish I still had screenshots and stuff. Like, if I still had screenshots, it would be receipt, okay? First of all, I ain't no damn homewrecker. That's for damn sure. He broke your house. He broke out and came and see me when he got outside. And that's one thing about me, like, I've never pursued anybody I've ever talked to. I've never pursued them. They've always pursued me. Okay, I'm not a pursuer. I don't apply pressure. I receive pressure. So I'm like, bro, she ain't like, what? Don't do that. Don't act like I'm sitting here trying to steal your man, because I'm not. Like, what? I barely even fucking like the boy. I barely even like the boy. Like, what are you talking about? I'm just here until I get his stuff straight. I'm gonna take this shade right here, just a little bit. It's called what? Chip? No, Mocha. And I'm gonna take that on a Morphe 443 brush. I forget what shade I took on this brush, but yeah, I'm just gonna take a little bit of it and just go right here. Oh, but mind you, she didn't at me. Like, she posted it on her story, but she didn't at me. I went to him, like, as soon as I seen that though, I went to him and I was just like, you know, bro, just be honest. Like, talk to me as your friend and not as somebody that you're trying to pursue. And I was like, just tell me, are y'all still together? Are you still with this girl? Let me know now, because she posting shit saying that, you know, posting general shit about home wrecking and breaking up happy homes and, you know, stuff like that. And he was in like again, but this time he was way more aggressive with like what he was saying to me. And I'm not gonna say that I can understand him being aggressive with me, because bro, hold your horses, calm down, because I'll get you touched. Not me being a gangster. I like this blend. I think I like the way this is blended out. I definitely think that it's way dark, but that's okay, because that's okay. He was way more aggressive with like what he was saying, and I'm not gonna say that I understand why. Well, I do understand. I don't agree with why, because don't ever get aggressive with me. Watch your tone and lower your voice. But at the same time, he was under the impression that I blocked the girl and all of that. So now I'm just taking a little bit of my concealer on the M173 brush, and I'm just gonna go over in this area to not fix, but just add more lid space where the blend wasn't. Like, you see what I did? You see what I did there? So I guess I'm just gonna go like to the halfway mark on my eye, it looks like, and I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. He's basically saying the same thing, just way more aggressive. He's like, bro, I told you to block her. Like, you sitting here and you listening to this girl and you keep coming back to me with this we weren't no happy home. You know, we ain't been together since before my daughter was born. all of that stuff. And mind you, first of all, I'm in 10th grade. I'm a little ass kid. He's like 17, 18. And I wasn't even fully invested in him. And I had to really sit after we had that. And that was an argument. That was actually an argument because I call him a liar. And I call him a liar because deep in my heart, I really felt like he was with the girl. I'm sorry. I don't care. Like, I mean, yeah, she had a reason to lie, I guess you could say. Because, you know, what if she really did just want her baby dad back? So I guess she did have a reason to lie. But at the same time, like, bro, you should have just been open and honest about it. Like, if you didn't lie about it, if you didn't try to hide shit, then we wouldn't be here. So, yeah, I call him a liar. And that is when we started arguing because, you know, who wants to be called a liar? So, we started arguing. And, you know, I wasn't trying to back down. Like, I wasn't trying to shut up. Because I'm like, bro, you like, at this point, you pissing me off. Now you got to be coming at me. You know, she ain't at me. It ain't like nobody, like, she is defamation of character or anything like that. But at the same time, I don't want her ever thinking in her head that, like, I would hate for her to believe that. Because that's not the truth. So, yeah, me and him were arguing at this point. Like, I mean, full out arguing. We didn't call each other out our names. Not that I remember. I don't do that when I'm arguing. With like boys and stuff, just because I wouldn't want nobody to call me no bitch, so I ain't gonna call nobody nigga and stuff like that. I ain't gonna do that. But we were arguing. It was very heated. It was very much argument. So when we're talking, he kind of like calming down. He's kind of like calming down at some point, but once I'm going, and that's just me. So yeah, we got into an argument and then we got off the phone basically. While we were off the phone, I really was sitting there and I was thinking like, bro, do you even want to deal with this? Like, truthfully, do you want to deal with it? And the answer was obviously no. I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't feel like I had to deal with it because I really didn't like him that much. Like, I didn't like him as much as he liked me. So not speaking to him wouldn't have been really a loss. So I was like, you know, once I came to that conclusion in my head, I was just like, all right, well, bro, just stop talking to him. But it sounded easier, like saying it in my head than it was actually like acting on it. And I say this because, like I said, the person that I was talking to was acting stupid, and I'm like, I don't want to just be sitting in the house bored, not talking to anybody. That's when I used to do stuff like that. I'm very much way more mature now. If I feel like a nigga doing something, you know, crazy to me, baby, you was going, and that is that. I don't care. Nobody talk to, I talk to Jesus. But, you know, stuff like that. So I did actually end up talking to him a couple of days more longer, like after the argument. I'm not ashamed, because it's not like, you know, anything crazy happened. Like, married people argue. Truth be told, married people argue. But now I guess at this point, I don't know. At this point, would I be a homewrecker? Would I be a homewrecker at this point? Because I knew how the girl felt and stuff like that. I don't know. School of thought. But yeah, me and him were talking for maybe 2 or 3 days after that whole situation happened. And then out of nowhere, here come the boy that I was talking to, and he just, you know, straightened up. Like, when we just, you know, fell back in line. Me and the boy that I was talking to just fell back in line. So old boy got blocked. I blocked Goldie. And I mean out of nowhere. Like I said, me and him were doing good. We were doing back fine. Like, we were still talking. And as soon as my nigga said, you know, I'm ready to act right, I said, alright. Block. Block, 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 block.
بلوك على الفيسبوك، بلوك على الواتساب، بلوك تليفونات، بلوك انستجرام، بلوك 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 عفوا بلوك بلوك.
So now what I'm about to do is just go back in with the shades that I used before and go on the inside part just a little bit before I put my nude shade. So right now I'm going in with the shade, whatever shade. Oh, I'm going in with Prima Donna from the Nikita X Morphe palette. Oh, anyway, I'm sitting here just doing this. Forgot that I was supposed to be. So, yeah, so I blocked them. After the boy that I was talking to was good, I blocked, what's his face? And that was just that. Like, what more comes after a block? Nothing. So after I blocked him, obviously we weren't speaking. And I never unblocked him. I blocked him on everything. Like, once I was done with him, I was done with him. And I blocked the girls too because I'm like, you know, I'm no longer dealing with him. It's no more reasons for you to be watching me. But I will not lie to y'all. Like, she surely was getting on my nerves. That surely was becoming very annoying. Like, I don't know the whole situation with them. Like, truth be told, he could have been just like, you know, double dipping. Like, he could have been lying to me about her and could have been lying to her about me. I wouldn't put it past him, knowing what I know now. Boys are liars. That's just the whole thing. Most of the immature ones want to have their cake and eat it too, you know. And I mean, yeah, like, grow up, but at the same time, you can't blame them because little kids do that, and that's exactly what they are. At the same time, like, if they wasn't together and what he was telling me was the truth, she needed to tighten up. Like, I understand she young too, but girl, at the same time, bro, if he don't want you, he don't want you. You running everybody else off is not gonna make him want you. But yeah, and then the whole home record deal was what really like tipped me over to the edge. I'm like, bro, you're not even about to sit there and play with my character like that, because I ain't know a damn thing about you, girl. I understand when people try to come after the female, what is the thought process behind that? I'm sitting here waiting for a response. I hate myself. But you really think that man said, oh yeah, I got a big mom, or oh yeah, I got a girlfriend? Do you really think in your heart, do you truly believe that that man said these things to this woman? Like, I mean, because like if he had told me he had a big mom, depending on how he worded it, I probably would have still spoke to him. Like if he had to say, yeah, I got a big mom and a child, you know, that's my child, that's the mother of my kid, so of course I'm gonna have to communicate with her. I probably would have been like, oh, okay, that's good, he's just being a father. But girl, he ain't mention you, he ain't mention the daughter, he ain't mention none of y'all. He was trying to hide both of y'all. Alright, so now what I'm just doing is I'm going in with the shade Pukey that I put on from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just putting that all over the space where I put concealer, like where it's still wet concealer, I guess I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just put it all on that area. So now I'm gonna go in with this flat brush. This is the brush I use to carve out my eyebrows. It's really flat, and yeah, I'm gonna take a tiny bit of concealer and I'm gonna put that on the inside just so that this last shade can stick, because I wasn't thinking when I put the Pukey all over the place, I wasn't thinking about this. So alright, so now I'm gonna take this short shader brush. Focus. I'm gonna take this short shader brush right here. It's so pretty, isn't it? My aunt got it for me. And I'm going to take this shade right here, and this is called Silk Cream. I'm gonna take this shade and put that on the spots where I put that concealer. It's lighter than Pukey, and it's like, it's really like the universal nude. Pukey is like my skin tone nude, but Silk Cream gives me universal nude. Alrighty, I like this. I like this now. The blending is to my liking at this point. So now I'm gonna go on with this. Everybody knows that this is the Epic Wear liner from NYX. Is that all the way focused? Is that the best it can do? Anyways, I'm gonna go on with the Epic Wear. This is the NYX Epic Wear liner in black. So I'm gonna go into my Alyssa Edwards palette. I'm gonna take the black shade, only black shade, and it's called Beast. I'm gonna take it on a Morphe 410 brush. And I'm going to set this liner just so that it's way more black and so that it doesn't move. It's already moved a little bit though, honestly, if I'm being honest. I'll put my eye up before it dries. Okay, okay. Ah, love that. I'm gonna do my base. Should I show y'all my base? Should I show y'all? Truthfully, y'all, I'm sorry. I don't feel like doing my hair at all. Like, at all. That back too far. That's back way too far. Hold on. But this is final weeks for me, so I don't care. I have an excuse. This finals week. I like this. Not for every day, but I definitely like this. So let me find a brush. I hate watching Christmas stuff when it's off season. Like, I'm sweating. Why is it a Christmas song on my computer? The look is complete. The story time bin's done. You guys, I'm gonna do more story times. If this was a little bit disorganized, I'm sorry. My memory is trash, which is really ironic that I would want to do story times, but my memory is really trash, and I talk really fast, and my attention span is about this big. But if this was not all the way up there, just best believe that the next story time and the ones to come after this are going to be 10 times more amazing. But I want to make sure that I give a big thank you to anybody who's made it to this point in the video. If you make it to the end of any of my videos, then you know how much I express my love and gratitude for you guys. I really do appreciate you because, wow, like, thank you. Thank you for not clicking off and for watching those ads. Let me not being annoying. Let me get off this camera before I start getting annoying. Make sure you stay tuned, stay blessed, and stay safe.